Welcome back to London Beautiful Life. We're at a Gangster's Kiss premiere at Genesis Cinema in Mile End. Are you excited about today?
So excited. It's my first lead in a UK independent feature film. Something I'll remember forever. I had such a good time shooting this, and I can't wait to enjoy it.
So tell me more about your character and how fun was it to play your character? Because it was this comedic film. Was it quite easy, or did you find it hard at times?
For me, I would say it's definitely comedic, sometimes farcical. When I sat down with them originally, with Ray and Mike, I just asked them, how much do you know about my life? It's a soap actor who's been on the soap for 5 years. He leaves, goes to America. If anyone's been following my career, it's a very similar path. And then he gets a part in a gangster movie, and he enlists the help of his best mate, who is a part of one of London's biggest crime families, to go method, so he can do the best job he can.
So what would you say was the most challenging and favourite parts of filming this film?
Working with John Hannah was just an absolute joy to watch, to work with, to speak to. So generous as an actor, and also working with Daniel O'Reilly, aka Dapper Laughs, just a force of comedy, constantly filming for his Instagram and all of his other socials. We really got on like a house on fire, and I think any kind of buddy quest movie, you need your two leads to get on. So I was so relieved when the chemistry was there, and there's a lot of stuff that wasn't in the original script that we kind of put in, starting with the first day. I won't spoil it, but there's a bit of a bromance that goes on in the film. But yeah, it was great to work with him as well.
Where did you get the idea? Obviously, you co-wrote the film. How did you get half of the ideas for the film, like some of the funny quotes or any insane scenes? What was your inspiration behind them?
Yeah, so I went to Ray with a script. And we met up after, I did a film called The Last Ice, and I met up after lockdown with him, and I gave him the script, and he went, I'll be honest, he went, I love half of it, and I hate half of it. I went, okay. And it's the first time I've met him as well, and he's not, but he seems miserable, so I'm me hero, okay. And he went, can I co-write it with you? He went, I want to bring my style to it. He went, I want to bring my thing to it. He went, we work together, which obviously I was delighted about. I skipped home, and so a lot of it was originally my ideas, but me and Ray sort of come from very similar backgrounds, so we've got a lot of the same ideas and we've got a lot of the same influences. And he said to me very early on, he went, no disrespect to gangster films, none at all, but there's a lot of gangster films, they're all very serious, they're all very macho, they sort of glamorise everything, and we went, we want to make something that is tongue-in-cheek, something that's funny, something that people can't take too serious, and something that doesn't glamorise it, but it's still got that appeal. So that's sort of the overall idea of it, and that was how it all came about.
So when you were writing the script with him, did you have characters in mind, like people who you thought you'd want to play these characters, or did that come later? And how did you write your character?
Yes, so originally I wasn't going to play my character, and it was Ray that went, no, you've got to play Ray. And because obviously we had another actor called Ray in mind for it, who we couldn't afford, which is why they ended up with me. But no, there was a character in it called Marmite, and when I wrote the original script, I wrote Marmite in mind for Perry Benson, and I did my first film with Pell, and we got Pell to play Marmite. So to get the actor that I had in mind for it all them years ago when I wrote the original was unreal. And then we had other ideas, like we had one of the, two of the characters, Mem and Mus, and we had these people in mind, like, in your head, not actors but in mind. And then we got John Hannah and Vaz Blackwood, who were both unbelievable. So then you adapt. Sometimes you've got it in your head and it plays out how you expect it to play out, and then other times you've got something in your head and then Vaz Blackwood and John Hannah are involved and it becomes a whole different thing. So you've got to kind of be flexible, but when you're working with someone like Ray, who's so talented, it's very, very easily done.
So tell me a bit more about your character.
So I play Sadie, who is who is married to Martin Kemp, and they are very much they're a very strong couple. They've been together for a long, long time, but they're both kind of a little bit dodgy. I would say she's quite hard. She's hard. If you think Cindy's hard, Sadie's even harder.
How was filming and the whole process of it?
We actually did it about a year and a half ago. In fact, I did it just before I got married. I just finished Cluedo and I did this straight away. Yeah, it was. Do you know what? It was fun. It was long days, early starts, but it was really good fun because having just come out of a play for 6 months and then going to do a film, and John Hannah was in it. John was such good fun. Perry Benson. Sadie. I didn't meet Sadie or Patsy actually on the shoot. I kind of know them, but it was great fun. It's a comedy, and it's comedy, gangster. It's fun. It was kind of, yeah, it was great.
How was filming? And tell me more about your character.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago. I filmed it a year or two ago. I can't even remember, but she's a lot of fun. She's very she's very a tough kind of lady, but got a lot of balls, but funny as well. She's got a lot of personality. Mrs. Orange, she's called.
Have you got any highs and lows from filming, or was there any challenging moments, or any hilarious moments that stood out for you?
I think because I got to work with a gun, and you work with the art, kind of, like a qualified kind of arms marshal. That's always interesting because the kind of the intensity and the pressure of working with anything that's slightly dangerous kind of always highlights certain things on set. But I'm always a little bit accident prone, so there's a kind of real I'm worried I'm going to press it at the wrong time or do something wrong. But that was a highlight for me, definitely.
Was it like a real gun, or was it like a replica?
So they have these kind of guns that kind of fired blank type things. I mean, the law's changing all the time, but I do know it's something that's taken very seriously, and there's a real protocol. But I think I had like a funny dancing scene. I don't know because I haven't seen it, so I don't know what's in the film. That's the thing. So I'm just literally, I feel complete. And also, when you work on something, and it might be a year or 2 years ago, whenever it was, I've done a lot of things since then. I've also been directing myself, so it's so far back in my mind. It's probably best to do an interview after I've seen the film.
Are you excited about today?
I certainly am. I think it's wonderful to be the head of a crime family. It's heaven on earth.
How did this come about? How did they get in contact with you to do this?
Well, this was done through my agent.
Lady Colin. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I love them both.
Hello.
He said, what was your favourite scene? And I said, when we came to your house.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. You look lovely.
Yeah, so how did it come about then?
Nice agent is David Samuel of ASM, and he and his son are involved. And they asked me to do it, and I did it. I thought it was such fun,
What was your highlights doing this?
Being really naughty. But I can't say, you have to see the film.